Hi everyone, how are you? It's Friday and we've made it to May, and I actually feel like this is a massive achievement for all of us. So this is a celebration for us. We've made it this far, we can keep going. There is most definitely an end in sight. My hair today, slightly different. So for those of you who know me, I apologise, but I went with the curly look today. It's a little bit frizzy at the bottom, but we've got a few curls, so I'm sorry if you don't like it, but this is what it's going to look like for today. It'll be different by Monday. So I thought it's story day today, so I fancied a bit of a giggle because we've made it to May and it's heading for the weekend. So I thought we'd have a bit of a giggle. So I thought I'd read a couple more stories from our fabulous Stinky Cheese Man and other fairly stupid tales. Now I am going to put the name of the author in the little comment box underneath this video because I really read it terribly badly yesterday. So last time we read some of the ones at the very beginning of this book, and I've decided today that I am going to read the one about the Stinky Cheese Man because it's funny, and I was going to read the other one, which is, I'll find it in a minute. We'll read the Stinky Cheese Man first because this is quite a funny one towards the end of the book. You might see that this resembles another story that you may have heard before in your lifetime. You may have heard it read in school, so see if you can make any links between the story I'm reading and another story you might have heard and see what you can find. The Stinky Cheese Man. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. They were lonely, so the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave him a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes and put him in the oven to cook. When she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. Phew! What is that terrible smell? She cried. The Stinky Cheese Man hopped out of the oven and ran out the door calling, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. Oh. "I'm not really very hungry," said the little old man. "I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady. So they didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in a field. "Wow, what's that awful smell?" said the cow. We can guess, can't we? The Stinky Cheese Man said, "I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man, and I can run away from you too. I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." The cow gave another sniff and said, "I'll bet you could give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds." So the cow didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside school. "Gross," said a little girl. "What's that nasty smell?" "I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too. I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." A little boy looked up, sniffed the air and said, "If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him. Let's get out of here." So the kids didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. By and by, the Stinky Cheese Man came to a river with no bridge. "How will I ever cross this river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart," said you-know-who. Just then, the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes. "Why, just hop on my back, and I'll carry you across, Stinky Cheese Man." "How do I know you won't eat me?" "Trust me," said the fox. So the Stinky Cheese Man hopped on the fox's back. The fox swam to the middle of the river and said, "Oh man, what is that funky smell?" The fox coughed, gagged and sneezed. Oh! And the stinky cheese man flew off his back and into the river, where he fell apart. The end. It's always a very abrupt ending, isn't it? Which always makes me giggle, but then makes me feel quite strange. Right, where was the other one I was going to read you? There's just one more, so you can stop it here if you like. Otherwise, we'll read this next one. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of the story about Rumpelstiltskin, but this is a version of that story. Cinder Rumpelstiltskin, or the girl who really blew it. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella, who lived with her wicked stepmother and 2 ugly stepsisters. These step-relatives were not only wicked and ugly, they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. One day, the local prince announced that he was holding a fabulous ball at his castle. Everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters got all dressed up to go, but, as usual, they made Cinderella clean the house, so she didn't have time to get ready. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Just then a little man appeared. "Please don't cry," he said. "I can help you spin straw into gold." "I don't think that would do me much good," said Cinderella. "I need a fancy dress, glass slippers and a coach." "Would you like to try to guess my name?" said the clever little man. Cinderella looked at him. "No, not really." "Come on. Do you think it's Chester?" "If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter." "Oh, just guess a name. Any name?" "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Cinderella. Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming, "Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin!" Cooper like that. When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They still made her clean the house, and meaner still, they changed her name to Cinder Rumpelstiltskin. The end. There we go. A couple of stories just to make you laugh today. I really hope that you've enjoyed them. Cooper obviously isn't sure whether he likes it or not because he's having a little bit of a conversation in the background. Have a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to doing one of our most famous, most fabulous recipes ever on Monday. So look out for our puff pastry swirls and see if you've got the ingredients at home. They might be something useful for our little school outing indoors on Friday. So have a little look out for that as well. That will all make sense next week. Have a lovely weekend. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.